Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I've got a big bag of goodies for us to go through. I popped over to see my mate Andy earlier on today to drop a little PMR radio that I had for him off, and drop a signal generator off for Steve over at Steve 405 UK, another YouTube channel you might want to check out. Anyway, while I was over dropping them bits off, Andy said that Mildred had dropped some bits off for me. Mildred of Mildred's Ashtray fame. I gave him a lift with shifting a jukebox a few weeks back while I had a hire van, and he said he had some Spectrum tapes that he'd found in the bottom of his shed, and a couple of other bits and bats he said he'd throw my way. Anyway, he dropped them off during the week, and I went and just grabbed them while I was over there today. So we've got a big bag of stuff here, and I haven't been through it yet, so I thought we'd do a little video and go through this bag together, and then I'll show you at the end something else rather interesting that he's given me too. Like I have not been through this bag. I've had a really cursory look in the top of it to get some 8-track tapes out that were in there for Andy. I've seen a few of the bits that are in here, but I have not been through this bag. I thought we'd do it together and see what I've been given. Start where I mean to go on, shall we? Now, apparently, I think it's mostly software in here. For what computers, I'm not sure. There's some bits of hardware in here as well. So let's start off. We've got a stack of 5 1/4. Now, I am guessing that seeing the chap was into his BBC Micros, this is probably all BBC Micro software. Now, I don't know if any of this is going to be any good, but we seem to have quite a selection here. I forgot there. Workbench Disc, Micro Electronic Developments, Manchester Education Committee. There could be some really interesting stuff in here, you know. Let's just go through a few of these. Most of them just seem to be blanks. Now, I will say, I think a lot of this was stored, I'm not sure about these discs, but like certainly the tapes he says in there, I think they were stored in quite a damp shed for a while, so I'm not 100% sure if we're able to recover any of this or not, but we can but try. So another of those discs, Workbench Disc. We'll have to, you know, I presume this is for the BBC. Now, unfortunately, yeah, they are showing a lot of mildew. I don't know if you can make that out. I'll try and get it on the. If you look there, if you look, can you see all the bits of growth on the disc? So these can't just be put in a computer. You'd ruin the disk drive. Well, you wouldn't ruin the disk drive, but you'd have to strip it down and clean it all again. I have got a little device that I built years and years ago for cleaning these. It's stuck up in the attic. I will try and dig that out, and we can perhaps have a look at cleaning these and then see actually what's on them. But let's carry on going through them anyway and see what we've got. It's nothing to do with data. Words. Don't know. That looks in a very poor. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to read again, but you never know. Data tree. Again, that's another of these education. Picture play 2. I really don't know what a lot of this stuff is. That's interesting. Now, this is definitely a Acorn disc, but we've got inside information, MS-DOS Disk B. It said see Disk A for more software, BBC Enterprises and the authors, and it's actually got the BBC logo in the corner there. So I haven't got a clue what that is. Again, like I said, we can't just stick on. Yeah, they're all the same. They're all quite badly affected by mildew, like the fungus that grows on discs. Like I said, so they will have to be cleaned before we can even see if these will read. But we've got some stuff here that might be interesting. Be Bug Soft. Is that for a turtle or a bug or something? Is that the like logo? We could have some really, really interesting stuff here, you know. More. Now that's probably PC related. That's definitely PC related. 16-bit VGA utilities. Let's see if there's any more. I mean, a lot of them just got like copied discs, but it seems to be. They've not got any labels on them at all. But apps. I think we might have like a mixture of early PC and BBC software here. So like I said, once these have been cleaned, they should definitely be worth having a look through and actually see what's on them. Infant disc. So this is definitely. Oh, this is brilliant. This is definitely from a school. We've got infant disc. Press shift and brake. So you're basically telling them how to run it. Well, we've got loads of games. Bomber, Invaders, Football, Snooker, Snake, Chucky Egg. Quite a lot of software on there. Fairy tales. So yeah, there's once they've been cleaned, so they're in a state that I can actually dare put them in a drive and run them. We might have a good look through, see what there's what and what we can get to run. Right, what else have we got in here? Again, floppy disks. Let's have a look here. So it's just, again, it's unfortunately you've not got as much chance of getting these the 3.5-inch working. I know it sounds daft, but you actually have more chance of cleaning these up and getting them to read again than you do these. It is possible with the 3.5s, but I haven't yet come up with a device for automating the process like I have done really with the 5.25. Well, not automating, but making the process a damn sight easier. I have for the 5.25s, but I haven't actually come up with anything for the 3.5s yet. You can do it where you open the window and very slowly clean them like that, but the only way I've really found with 3.5 to really do anything with it and get it working is to actually split the disc open, take the material, the actual data material out of it, clean it, and then reassemble the disc. Now I have done that actually on a couple of occasions and got discs that would not read because of of the fungus that's grown on them to actually be able to read again. So we'll have a look through this and see if there's anything that possibly might be worth keeping, but we certainly would stand more of a chance of getting some of them working. Oh right, some of this stuff is actually Amiga related. PowerSoft Amiga Memory Expansion Unit. I mean, it's actually, it's so rusty, you can't actually open the... There. Yeah, the shutter was basically seized solid on that. But yeah, it's, they're fungusy. But we may be able to do something with them. That's a Workbench Disc. Oh, that one still works alright. But if you look, I don't know if you can make... Actually, I don't know if this is going to come out on camera, but if you look in there, can you see the build-up on the disc? So you would not want to put that straight in your drive. But because it isn't a genuine Workbench disc, it's definitely worth keeping. Even if I can't actually recover the disc inside, what I could do is copy an image onto a new disc, onto a new set, double density disc, then take the inside out of it and actually reassemble it in that floppy to make a new one basically. Let's see what else we've got in here. We've got a fairly mixed selection. We've got a Windows 3.1 Disk 5, blank with its shutter missing. A Genius LAN driver disc. PSX disc 4, I don't know what that is. Again, it's on your scanner driver disc, but it's missing its thing. I will throw some of the ones that are obviously not worth doing much to. Soft karaoke. Yeah, a lot of the there's there's a few Amiga discs in here. We've got we've got a Workbench 2.04. Again, it's pretty filthy. It'll need going over, but and then the others are just nothing really. But there are a few discs in there that are actually worth keeping. You know, like the Amiga disc, the genuine Amiga disc. I mean, I can't actually get the disc itself working. I can still reuse the shell of it and, like I said, remaster a new disc for it to go inside it. So yeah, let's see what else we've got in here. Oh, we've got some joysticks as well. No, I did spot some of these. We've got let's have a look what we've got here. This is the type of joystick I had when I was a kid, because I didn't have enough money to buy the decent, like, expensive ones. This is a quick shot. I had plenty of these when I was a kid. Oh, it's not a bad model. It's got the auto fire on it. Not micro switched. None of the joysticks I had when I was a kid were micro switched. Like I said, I couldn't afford them. I really had to buy the cheapest joysticks I could get my hands on back then, and broke a hell of a lot of them as well. Look, we'll have a go. I mean, I have loads and loads of joysticks. I have many boxes full of joysticks, but they're always good to do up, and if I'm selling a system, I can always, you know, include a few decent joysticks with it. So they're always welcome. We've got that'd be okay for an Amiga C64, anything like that, really. What else we've got? Oh, I spotted this one as well. This is interesting, actually. Got another joystick here, much older, and I'm not sure, but I have a feeling this one might be an analog, just by the the feel of it. But I think this is an MSX one. Toshiba branded joystick HXJ 400. I have a feeling that actually might be for the MSX series of computers. MSX was a standard from the early 80s, made by quite a number of Japanese microcomputer manufacturers. I wasn't aware that they had analog joysticks. I think they can run with a standard digital joystick. There's a lot of the older joysticks actually have a switch on the back for various different consoles, and I know a lot of them do switch into an MSX mode. But that certainly feels analogy to me. So we may actually do a video on perhaps seeing what we can do with that on its own. I've not come across one of those myself. That's an interesting joystick. Let's see what else we've got. We've got some tubs in here. Ooh. Right. Now I think we're on to the tape stuff here. I don't know what that's for. We've got a graphics package and extended basic. Auto 3D FNC. Actually, I haven't got a clue what that is. But it's a graphics package and extended basic. What system it's for, I don't know. Tape. Well, it's on its leader, so let's just let's bring it out a bit. And these are actually a lot easier to sort out if they've been stored in a damp condition than floppy disks are. You can usually get these alright by just fast forwarding and rewinding them a few times. In fact, the tape on that doesn't look too bad. That might be alright to go. It doesn't feel tight on the spool or anything. It doesn't look like there's anything nasty actually on the tape. So like I said, that might just be a runner. But we don't know what system it's for. That'll be fun to find out. Right, let's see what else we've got in here. Got an Imagine disc, Imagine tape. Oh, it's Arkanoid. That's pretty decent. Yeah, we've got a reasonable big box Arkanoid here. Perhaps I can't get the tape in like that. How does the tape go in here? Oh, like that. Is it? Yeah, like that. So we've got, the case looks okay, it's a bit scratched, but you can't have everything. That's quite nice actually. What system's it for? A Spectrum 128. A Spectrum 128 at the bottom there. Again, we'll have a quick look at the tape. Again, this one's been wound onto its leader, so it should actually probably be all right. We might, not in this video, but we might. If any of you lads watch Novabug, and he does his Amstrad CPC games testing. Now I can't do it live because my broadband's not good enough to do a live broadcast, unfortunately. But we could perhaps do a Spectrum games testing video and actually go through some of these, see if any of them actually do play or not. So yeah, that's good. That's quite cool. I mean, it's a classic Arkanoid, isn't it? Let's just get that tape in there, and I can make sure it's safe. There we go. Let's see what else we've got. Microgen Automania for the 40K ZX Spectrum. Oh, I don't think it's got the right tape in it. It's got an Imagine, yeah, it's got Zoom by Imagine. And the tape doesn't look in great condition. If you look, it's looks like it might have been very hot at some time. We can but see. Let's keep going through this lot. See what we've got. We've got some floppy disks, some floppy drives. So, oh no, that's not a floppy drive. That's a very old card adapter. But it has got MMC on it. This is MMC, isn't it? Yeah, it's got MMC on it. It's the SD cards on this are probably the original SD cards rather than SDHD. Which does limit its usefulness, but the actual MMC reader on it, that might be handy. It's certainly worth keeping hold of. We've got a nice standard floppy drive. There's a black one as well, which are I've got plenty of white ones, but I've very few with the black front on like that. It's an Alps. Yeah, again, we'll do some videos on perhaps testing out some of this stuff, or at least doing a bit of servicing. Service some of these floppy drives up. What have we got there? Low Life 1 and low. I haven't got a clue what that is. It's like a C90 or something like that. There's a lot of tape in there. I haven't got a clue what that is. And then we're on to some more floppies. Let's have a really quick flick through here, see if there's anything that's actually an original. There's some ST. Some ST software. Some blank discs. I doubt most of these are really going to be worth doing anything with. We'll have to see. Pinball Fantasies, disc 1 for the AJ Amiga, so that'll be for like A1200. Yeah, same condition as the other floppy disk, but I will put that to perhaps do something with. Yeah, there's some ST cover discs in here. Whether they've been copied over or not, I'm not sure, but don't think there's anything. Ooh, that's one worth keeping. IBM PS2 Model 80 reference disc. And actually, I mean, I wouldn't put it straight in a drive, but actually, that doesn't look in bad nick. That doesn't look too bad. That could possibly clean up and work. That's definitely worth putting to one side. And some more. I really do think most of the stuff in this box is probably not worth doing anything with, but we'll go through it anyway, because I'd hate to throw something away that certainly would be of use. No, I think that's pretty much not much really in there. They're just old random discs, and they're all in poor quality, real poor condition. But I will keep some of them good ones, and we can have a look at seeing what we can do with them. Another floppy drive, cream one this time. I mean, they're not rusty or anything. They're, well, a little bit, a little bit on there, but that shouldn't be too bad. So I always keep any floppy drives that come my way, because well, they are getting harder to get now. The price of them used to be able to buy these at like £1 each a few years ago. Even like standard 1.2 meg ones now are starting to increase in price, because really they're not made anymore if you need one. You know, you're starting to have to pay a little bit more for stuff like this, so it's always handy to have, you know, a few in stock. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the blind. Well, I'll take that. I'll drop that off at the local charity shop next time I'm in the local town. I'm not really a film watcher, especially not reasonably modern stuff. So yeah, I'll drop that off at the local charity shop. We've got paper to get my fire going in the morning. Lovely. I think they're Aldi newsletters or something. I'm sure he didn't mean to leave them in there, but they actually will come in handy, because I was running out of newspaper to get the fire lit. So they'll come in handy. And then I think we're down to all the Spectrum tapes here now. Let's see what we've got. I might go through them all, but I'll pull out a few things and we can have a look. We've got an Imagine. This must be an old one, because this is one of the clamshells. Imagine clamshells. What have we got? It's Hypersports. Let's see if it's got the tape in. It's got the inlay. We don't know whether we've got the tape in. Oh dear. We had the tape. The tape has actually, I've never seen that before. The tape has actually disintegrated. I don't know if you can make that out, but can you see the chunks out of the tape? The tape has actually started to break down on that one. I've never seen that before. Not on like a computer cassette. But it's missing its. But again, we may be able to do a bit of a recreation. We've got the clamshell, we've got the inlay. If we want to look out for, you know, sometimes you can pick up just like the cassette without the inlay and the box fairly cheaply. And might be able to do something with that. See what else we've got. Jump challenge. Oh, awesome! I've been wanting a copy of this for a long time. I hope this actually works. And again, the tape doesn't look horrendous. It's part way wound. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't look. The tape doesn't look too bad on that, and what we've got is there's at least one good YouTube video about this tape. This is Don't Buy This. It was produced by Firebird, and basically what it is it's people used to send in their own games that they design to software developers, and you know, if it was good, the software developer would buy it. These are some of the absolute very, very worst games ever sent to Firebird. So yeah, basically it's a compilation of awful games for the ZX Spectrum. We'll have to have a play with that. Hopefully that's going to run. I'll be happy if that does. I mean, yeah, you can get all this stuff online, just download it and play it on your, you know, either on an emulator or on something like my Spectrum Plus 3 there that's got a div MMC in it. Or no, it's a div IDE in that. It's a rather an old one, but it's quite good. But it is nice to have, you know, some original software. Oops, some original software as well. Let's have a... I don't want to make this video too long because there's something else I want to have a look at, but we'll fly through a few of these and see what we've got. We've got the user guide companion cassette for the Spectrum 48. Not, like I say, it might work, it might clean up that. A lot of them just seem to have dust, and it's been stored in a shed for many, many years, but at least, you know, they haven't gone to landfill like so much of this old vintage stuff has by now. You know, they have lasted this amount of time. We can, at the very least, see if we can do something with them. That looks interesting. Oh! Now I found something here that might be rather interesting. I think that might be for the TI-99. It's Texas Instruments, and it's line-by-line assembler. It's Texas Instruments Limited. Program contents 1982 Texas Instruments. I said that might be for the TI-99, which I have got one somewhere. We've got oh, excellent! We had the I think we had the inlay for that, didn't we? What's it here? That's Hypersports. Automania that had the wrong tape in it. I've just actually found it. There it is, Microgen Automania. So we can put that. Take that one out of there because that's the wrong one. And we will put the Automania tape in there. I mean, it's not in excellent quality, in excellent condition, but that's complete now. So we've got the box, the inlay, and the cassette. So I'm not too bothered about these pirated ones, especially not that because it's on a C90. Not really of any use to. I've got lots and lots of these. I'll probably bang them all on eBay as blanks. Let anyone use them that wants them. If they were a C15 or a C10 or something like that, I do have a massive box of them in the attic, and I will reuse them for you know, vintage computing purposes. Well, like I said, I'm not too bothered about the C90s. There's a nice C15. In fact, that might be a brand new one by the look of it. It's never been written on, and it's still got its protection tabs in place. Well, that's the old Boots brand C15 computer cassette. That's quite nice actually. Imagine again. Alchemist for the Spectrum. It's tape only, I can't see there's anything else with it, but it don't look in too terrible a condition. Let's see what else we've got in here. Cascade, again for the Spectrum. Oh, that's an old cover tape. Crash July 1990. Let's see what else we've got. I don't know whether they've had snails or something in that shed, because a lot of these seem to have had their labels eaten off them. A Mastertronic tape there, but I haven't got a clue what game it is. Again, in quite poor condition, this one. So let's get it off the leader and see if the tape's in any reasonable condition. The tape has got a lot of, oh no, Now I've got to pass the first. Oh yeah, no, that tape looks pretty mouldy. Yeah, it's a rather mouldy. So maybe I'll do something like I said. I can clean these up easy enough. I've got a lot here that seem to have lost all their labels. Well, the only way we can really see what's on them is to put them in a computer and try them. Spectrum 4. This is another Mastertronic Spectrum 48K Space Venture. Well, that's not in a terrible condition, but we'll have to do something to it. This is another Mastertronic Spectrum 48K Universal Hero. Some of these games I've never even heard of before. Unfortunately, again, it's the case, the inlay, but it's got it's not got the right tape in it, unfortunately. But you never know; it might be in this box. It might be one of these ones that's lost its label. We'll carry on digging. We have Skyfox for the Spectrum. Another tape which has sadly lost its label. Another tape which has lost its label. So I have a feeling they may have had a few snails in that shed, because snails actually rather like eating paper. And I've known it before with stuff I've stored in a shed. Well, actually stored in my greenhouse. I had a couple of cardboard boxes full of ceramic tiles in my greenhouse, and they were in there a couple of years, and I went to get them to use them on a job, and the tiles were perfect, they'd been untouched, but the snails had actually eaten the entire boxes that they were in. So I know they rather enjoy paper. There's another one that's no label on it. Not some more which are I think that's just a music tape. Something hits. Someone's mixtape or something. So look at that. Again, unfortunately no label. Ghostbusters! For the 48K Spectrum. Yeah, it's 1984 Activision. We've got Ghostbusters. What else have we got in here? We've got another one that's lost its label. Yeah. We have got... Oh, cool! Excellent. Now, where was it? There we go. I've lost the tape now. Brilliant, there it is. Hypersports that we found before, which had well, we didn't know whether that was the correct tape for it. Oh, it's that one that's, I mean, the tapes had it. The tape's actually broke. It's crumbling to dust, the tape inside it. But fortunately, it doesn't like that was the tape for it, because I've just found, and it doesn't look in bad condition at all. This is a win. We've got Hypersports by Imagine. There we go. So that can go in its case. So that's complete. I mean, I don't know what that goes for, and to be honest, it's not something I'd be selling, because I'm trying to build up a little bit of a collection of original software. But I'm quite pleased with that, especially if it works. If it doesn't, there's something we can do with that. You know, we can remaster it, and we can definitely get it working. Especially now, it's complete. It's got its inlay, it's got its clamshell, and the original tape. Brilliant. Right, we've still got a few tapes in here. Won't bother with that one. That's another C60. What on earth is this? This looks interesting. Machine code for mini memory module. Outland by Roach Software. So I'm not sure what that's for, but that will need a bit of looking into. Again, just a random blank. I've got a clue what's on it. It is it's a recording one. It's a computer cassette, 'cause it's only probably about 15 or 20 minutes long, but and we'll have a look, see what's on them. I do know that in the northwest of England, I mean, I don't know about the rest of the country, but in the 80s there was a fantastic 8-bit software piracy scene. You could get every market stall in any local town, you could buy just whatever software you wanted as a pirate. Again, I can't see what's... I'm guessing it's for a Spectrum. But we've got Zoids. Not in excellent condition, but it might be doable. Another one... Oh, hang on, what have we got here? We've got another Imagine here. Green Beret by Imagine. Another one that's completely lost its label. Mastertronic Universal Hero Spectrum. Again, that one doesn't look in terrible condition. Let's see what else we've got. That one does. That looks in... Yeah, that's not going to... oh dear me, that's never going to play again. Lifeline. That is in a very, very, very poor condition. That will never play again, unfortunately. If you look there, the tape's actually started to rot and break up. I don't even know who that's by. Let's carry on. We've not got many tapes left in here now. Oh, Ocean. We've got Daley Thompson's Decathlon. In reasonable condition. Possibly something we can. Is that starting to break up? Yeah, that tape's gone. Basically, some of the tape formulas, I mean, these are at least 30 years old, these tapes now, and some of the tape formulas for the plastic, it just weren't designed to last this long, and the actual plastic itself is starting to degrade, and the tapes literally just crumble to dust inside the shell. There's nothing wrong with the shell itself, it's the actual tape inside just starts to degrade and crumble. So unfortunately, like I said, there's not a lot we can do with that really. It's not as though it's a rare game. I think I've got many copies of that already. Let's have a look what we've got here. Tomahawk. 1985, Tomahawk. Let's have a quick... Again, this is one that's... It might be alright. These have obviously been very wet at some point because all the metal bits like that holds the little foam pad there, it's all corroded. But we may look at some of these just for experimentation. Can I, you know, if I ruined it, it wouldn't matter. So it's perhaps we want to play with, see if we can refurbish. Let's see what else we've got. Again, another one that's lost all its. Again, I think that's probably just a copied tape. That's an original, by the look of it, but we've completely lost the label on that one. Let's see what else we've got here. Vortex Software. Cyclone. So there's some stuff in here that I've never actually even heard of myself. We could have some interesting stuff. The Way of the... Is that The Way of the Fist? Oh, The Way of the Tiger, it actually says it on that side. So another one to try out. And then we've got another one that's completely lost all its labels. Another Way of the Tiger, unless it's a two tape set, I can't really see. Let's see what else we've got. One, get his last tapes out, and then we can show you the other bit that he gave me at the same time. So another one. That's just a home record one, not original. We have oh, that's an audio tape. I'll get that out of there. Again, no, I think that's it. All these are just you know, home recording. But yeah, there is a few tapes in there which are going to be worth investigating more, definitely. And again, same with them discs. I'm not really going to do anything with them 3.5 at the moment. I'll just dig out the ones I want to keep to get rid of the rest. They're probably just worth going in the bin actually, because I don't think anyone else could do anything with them. But I will keep things like that PS2 system disc and stuff like that. And get these out of the way for now. Ooh, I'm really pleased with a couple of the Imagine ones though. Let's get that out of the way. And get this on the floor. Ooh, there we go. Oops, sorry about that. I just smacked the tripod with the box. And get these out of the way, and I'll show you the other cool thing that he gave me. There we go. Move that, and we'll try and get it up on the table here because it's heavy, and it is. Oh God. Yeah, I don't remember these being quite as heavy when I was a kid. Yeah. We have a BBC Cub monitor. Now, if you was at school in the 1980s and 90s in the UK, you most likely used one of these many times. These were literally battleship monitors. They're virtually indestructible, apart from this one, because this one's faulty. I know what's wrong with it. I was made aware of what was wrong with it before I even said yes, I'd have it. But yeah, we've got a Micro VTech branded BBC Cub monitor. And like I said, these are battleship monitors. They're as well built as you can really get. The problem with this one, this has got a fault. In fact, we'll have a crack into it and we'll have a look inside. Ooh. But as you can see, like I said, absolute battleship construction. I mean, if I couldn't fix it, I could use some of the steel on this to fix my Land Rover. It's heavy duty. Let's we'll whip the back off and we can have a quick squiz inside it. But yeah, I think it's had the contrast thing broke off, but that's nothing. That's easy to fix. It's got the DIN TTL DIN plug input. So we'll whip the screws out and we'll have a quick squiz inside. I actually used to repair these in the 90s for the IT teacher at my high school, believe it or not. Yeah, this is how health and safety and things have gone since when I was at school. Basically, for a lot of the kit that we had at school, I was the maintenance guy. I used to repair Casio keyboards, Casio keyboard power supplies for the music teacher, and I used to repair these monitors when they failed for the IT teacher. I mean, only simple repair. 9 times out of 10 it was either a bad capacitor or just a fuse had gone in them or a shorted diode on the power supply. They were like really rather reliable. Like I said, they usually could be fixed in no time. This one is going to prove a little bit more of a problem though. We get inside it. Yeah, we have a little modicum of rust. That's nothing to worry about. We can easily sort that out. But the problem that we have, we've got something missing. Look at this big hole here. You can see. Right there, there's a big hole, and that's where the line output transformer should be. and that's the issue with this monitor. The line output transformer failed in it, and it was taken out to find a replacement, and that's as far as it was ever got. So not only do I have a monitor with a faulty line output transformer, it's actually got a missing faulty line output transformer. So it's going to take a little bit of research. I'm going to have to find out what the line output transformer for this actually is. Once I've found that out, it's going to be a case of trying to track one down from somewhere, because spare parts for these probably dried up 20 years ago. My other option is, if the CRT is good, it's a Toshiba tube. It's a Toshiba, I'm trying to see the actual model number on it. It's an 8535, I think. I can find out another, perhaps a monitor or a TV that uses that CRT, and actually use the main board and the yoke and what have you in this case to get it working. Ideally, I'd like to repair this, but like I said, I'm not 100% whether I'm ever going to be able to manage to actually find either the correct line output transformer, or at least a line output transformer that I can get to work with it. It seems to run with a tripler as well, so the line output transformer doesn't actually produce the voltage direct to drive the CRT. It goes through what is called a tripler, which is basically, it's a diode capacitor stack which doubles it triples the voltage. So if you had 10 kV coming off the line output transformer, tripler, you'd have like 30 kV going actually into the CRT. Believe it or not, I think I actually might have some of them triplers in my TV spares. I'm pretty certain that I will not have a line output transformer for this thing, but it would be really, really, really nice to get this working, just to run with one of my BBCs or something like that. And it's just the fact that these are very, very, cool monitors. This is when I was at school, well, at least at junior school, early into secondary school, by perhaps second to third year in secondary school, apart from a few places, they really got rid of all the BBCs and we just used like the Acorn Archimedes and stuff like that. But I have fond memories of early school, infant school, junior school, early high school, of spending many, many hours in front of one of these things. So like I say, it would be nice, if possible, to actually be able to get it up and running again. But apart from the fact it is missing the line output transformer, there's a very bulgy electrolytic there, and basically the whole board will just need a go over. Providing I can get a lot for it, and the tube isn't, the CRT isn't completely dead, which I don't believe it is. I think this was just pulled out of service because the line output transformer failed. We should actually stand some chance of getting it, oops, that's the wrong way around, fix some dodginess in it, but we should actually stand some chance of possibly getting that back into fully functional order. And so they are a nice monitor. These Micro VTech did make some top-end stuff. Now, if you remember some videos back, I was playing with some ex-military early LCD monitors. Those were made by Micro VTech as well. They literally did make. They weren't cheap. They were not cheap at all. But they were, everything they made was, high end. It was well, the education system, they bought Micro VTech stuff. The military used Micro VTech stuff. It's going to be reasonable quality. I think I'll probably put in all the screws in here yet. Just bang a few in to hold the back on. There we go. Turn it back round again. So it's not perfect. It's got a little bit of rust on it. Nothing we can't fix. Sadly, the damp has got behind the anodizing on the front here. The whole, like I said, there is no plastic on this cabinet. metal, and even the CRT surround all around here, that's die-cast aluminium. And unfortunately, like I said, some damp has got underneath the paint in there and started it to bubble. Probably, if I can get this actually into a working state, I might do a full restore on it. You know, we strip all this off, I shot blast all the metalwork, I have the equipment to do that, and then we actually respray it all in the original colours and really make it super nice. But like I said, that's all down to me actually being able to get the thing to work. I mean, one thing actually, thinking about it, possibly if I could get a newer board in there which will drive this CRT. I mean, we're not going to be able to get it to do HD or anything, but we might be able to, you know, get it to do RGB and composite. These monitors, as they are RGB only. It's a TTL level RGB input, which is basically what the old BBCs used to kick out for their video. They haven't got a composite input on these. If I can't get the board working, and I do end up substituting the board and everything to drive this CRT, I might be able to find something that's got RGB input and composite, which would obviously make the monitor a little bit more usable. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, this was meant to just be a quick little 15-minute video, just showing some of the stuff that I've picked up, but it's now at 51 minutes long, so I'm going to leave it there now. Like I say, I hope you enjoy this little update and have a look at some of the stuff that Mildred gave me. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.